Okay, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to learn some great ways to market to be successful.
Nice. Yeah, straight from the title. I like that. You?
I'm going into business, so like I just want to know like everything about it.
Okay.
I just want to be able to market my business better.
Okay.
I do work on and I want more customers.
You want more customers? All right. You, my good friend.
To know whether the initial start page, whether I should pay marketing or just
Okay, that's a good question. All right.
free knowledge.
Free knowledge. That's good. I like that. Excuse me, man. You in the back. What were you hoping to learn today?
I saw this on the YouTube thing, so I was like, go check it out.
I like it. You too?
Part of that, but also I do want to learn how to actually market. So I'm trying to gain as much knowledge as possible before I actually launch the venture.
Okay. All right. What did you hope to learn today?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
Nice. Okay, so my name is Falade. I'm the marketing specialist for the Blackstone Launchpad. I do marketing. Last year, I was partly responsible. I helped the bunch of the team or marketing tactics, running about $500,000 for this organization. I've done 68 grand competitions for mine. I've done marketing before. I've messed up more times than I've succeeded, but I've learned a couple of things. I'm going to share them with you guys today. What I'm going to give you guys is a toolkit to build your own marketing strategy for any company, for any product. I don't have like magical tips for this how you hack Facebook, get into people's minds. I don't have that, but I do have a tried and true principle you guys go about creating a marketing strategy. So that's what I'm going to present today. And if you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to raise your hands and I'll answer them. All right? All right. So when you start off with a marketing strategy, I'm going to kind of do it like cooking because like I'm a foodie and I like eating food. So I'm going to break it down like you're making a dish. So like who likes steak? Ooh, yeah, okay. All right. So when you got steak, you got a couple of ingredients. You got seasoning, you have the actual cow. Hopefully you have just the steak, you don't have to butcher it, but you have the fillet. For marketing, you have 4 different ingredients you need. You need your identity, you need a value, a target, and goals. So your identity is basically what you do and what you sell, right? So idea?
Yeah, I have a running business.
Okay, so break down the idea, the identity.
We're these processes for events.
Bam, high five, up here, come on, look at this guy, he's a marketer already. That's simple, but the most important ingredient is, and the second is, who do you sell to?
There's events in general, that's what.
Okay, so when you have a marketing strategy, you start off with your identity. What you do and what you sell. Pretty simple, one sentence. Next, start with who do you sell to? Event people, right? But the most important thing is your value. Because people don't buy products, they buy value to them. So i.e., people don't buy mops, they buy clean floors. And so you have to realize when you first start off with your marketing strategy, what are the reasons why people want to use your service? When I buy that event promotion mobile app, is that what it is?
No, mobile spa service.
Mobile spot. Now break that down.
So they don't buy the what they buy, like you're saying, they're buying for the people that are attending that event to be happy and satisfied and relaxed and
mobile spa services. Okay, so I'm not buying a mobile spa service. I'm buying relaxation for my patrons, and that's how you market your product. I would never market my mop by microfiber microbials. You would market it with, this is the best. This is going to make your floor the cleanest. And many people miss that and they push their product. I'm selling a skateboard. No. You're selling mobile transportation to and from classes. That's what you're selling. Always market your value. Now, people don't buy your product or service. They will buy your product and service's value to them. But there's something about value. Value is only provided when there's a specific pain, problem, or opportunity. So, I want to sell you a skirt. You want a skirt? Can I sell you a skirt? The difference is there's an opportunity for her to buy a skirt. He doesn't need a skirt. So even though the skirt has value, selling it to him won't work. Selling it to her works. So you want to find people who have a pain, problem, or opportunity for your product or service. If you don't have a specific person, then there's no value and you can't market to them. So find value, find a specific person, and then market straight to them. The questions you should ask yourself for your product is, what pain does your product relieve? What problem does your product or service solve? And what opportunity does your product or service meet? That's where you find your value. Once you have these questions answered, it's easier to market it. So you say you do a website, right? If I was to say, I'm gonna build you a website, that's a product, but it's not value. If I said I'm gonna build you an online portal that's gonna increase donations by 50%, right? It's still a website, but your marketing changed because now you're focused on value. So who's your main customers?
Small businesses.
Small businesses. What pain, problem, or opportunity can you meet for them?
Easier way for them to reach the customers.
Easier way to reach the customers. Let's even get more specific than that. So basically, what would the customers want to do? Purchase, contact?
Usually when I'm doing like small business sites, it's usually just people are searching to find their exact business to increase people actually coming into their store. So usually it's just finding addresses.
So what's that? So when you market your website, you're not marketing, I'm building your website. I'm building you. They didn't even care how you build it. As long as they get, you could do black. So you don't market to them about building a website. Whether you know HTML, CSS doesn't matter to them. What you market to them is, I'm going to increase your in traffic by 50%. Oh snap! I love this guy. They don't know whether you're using Wix or WordPress, and they don't care as long as they have the results. So focus on a pain you relieve, a problem you solve, or an opportunity that you meet. And always focus on for a specific person. Remember the skirt thing? Like, I personally wouldn't buy a skirt. I think I would look good in it. But every pain, problem, opportunity has a specific person it's tied to. So the mop has a specific person I would sell to. The skirt has a specific person. So you have to know, who am I targeting and what pain do they have? If I created a saddle for bull riding, pretty cool, but who needs that? Is there anybody that's riding bulls around? It could be the best saddle made of like diamonds. But if nobody needs that, if there's no pain, no problem, no opportunity, you need to sell. So you have to connect your product to a value, to a person. Market the value, not the product. The second thing is have a goal. So most people come to me and they say, I want to get more sales. Like, dope. So does everybody in the world. Like, oh, I want to have more awareness. I'm like, cool, but give me a number. Do you want 5,000 Twitter followers or 5,000 Instagram followers? You have to have an actual number goal. The number goal gives you something to strive for. It's measurable, it's specific, it's all those fancy words, but the basis of it is, if I have a number goal, I have a target. So when you have an identity, you have a target market and you know your value, set some real goals. I want 10 people to follow me a week on Twitter. I want 1 million people to follow me on YouTube by the end of the year. I want 10 more customers. A strategy for 10 more customers is completely different than a strategy for 10,000. So if you don't have a real number goal, you don't know whether you're going to hit it because you're just guessing with your strategy. Those are your ingredients: identity, target, value, and goals. Now, after you got your ingredients, it's time to put together your recipe. There's two types of recipes, right? There's a signature dish. This is when you throw down in the kitchen with ramen noodles and like peanut butter, and you're just like making the craziest meal ever, and you're just making it from scratch. It's unique, but it's not proven. Who in here has $1 million? Who in here has $1 million business? Very nice, very nice. I like that. No, I mean $1 million in their pocket right now.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
All right, there we go. I believe it is too. If you've never built your idea or company, then starting off from scratch with a marketing strategy is basically an unproven recipe. And basically, we don't know what we're doing, but we can learn. That's the first type of recipe you can do. You just make it up. Walk into the kitchen and you stop playing around. These are the steps you take. Study your target market. You create a recipe for their taste buds and you keep your goals in mind. Basically, that means you learn everything about your customers. If you want to make a marketing strategy from scratch, the first thing is learn everything about your customers, create a marketing strategy from what you learn, and match your strategy to their goals. That is the hardest way, but the most straightforward way to create a marketing strategy. I never suggest that if you haven't done a marketing strategy before. Who knows how to cook? Who doesn't know how to cook? All right. So if you tasted like filet mignon and you went home, I don't know what that is, but I heard it on a TV show. If you've never made that before, walking into the kitchen, do you think you'll make it perfectly? So a lot of times when we create a product, we have an idea, like we're like, oh no, I've tasted this before. I've been inspired by somebody doing something very similar. And we go out and we create a marketing strategy. But because we've never done it before, we're likely to burn down the house. So this is the second strategy that I always use, and I go straight to an all-time favorite. Who likes pizza? Everybody likes pizza. It's like the people that don't like pizza, I forgive you. But most people like pizza. It's a pretty simple, straightforward recipe. Everybody knows how to make it. It works. The one thing you want to do is you want to contact somebody that has a marketing strategy with your specific ingredients. So basically, find a strategy from a company with a similar identity, target market, values, and goal. This is the most important thing. I did this after 6 months of doing like the other strategy, we're making it up. Within 2 weeks of talking to somebody who's doing the same exact thing, I won the job, so brought home $68,000. Why?
Dollars?
Yeah, 68, 10,000 through cash, 55 through business service, and 3 through previous conversation. Had a 1-hour conversation with somebody who had been doing this for 3 years. He just told me, oh, do this, this is where you're going wrong, this is wrong, blah, 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 blah. But go contact somebody with a similar identity, target market, values, and goals. That's why I went over those ingredients in the beginning. Once you know them, go find out who has them. So have you ever seen a CVS and a Walgreens on the same street? Burger King and McDonald's on the same street? Don't make up what you don't have to make up. If you're in an event business, mobile spas, call somebody in California that has mobile spas. Who's your target market? How many women use it? What's your price point? Where do you get the most traffic? That's the quickest and easiest and surefire way to build a marketing strategy. Go take somebody else's and ask them. Now, the question that most people ask me is, will a CEO of a Fortune 500 company give me their marketing strategy? The answer is yes. Has anybody ever asked somebody out and been turned down? Okay, all right. It's kind of hard, but I don't talk about it. No. All right. When they said no, did you trip or did you move on to the next one? Because there's like 18 other billion people out there. 18, that's a scientific fact. There's 18 other billion people out there. So if you ask one CEO, one marketer, somebody in your industry, even if it's a competitor, to help you out, who's your target market? What do you sell? What's the price point? So you use Facebook, you use Twitter. What's most effective? And they say no, they won't help you. Move on to the next one and ask somebody. There's always going to be somebody out there to give you advice. But there's no reason to go make up your marketing strategy by going and researching everything you can about the consumer. Go talk to somebody that sold it 10,000 of them. Make sense? So what you want to do is you don't want to do a signature dish first. You want to find everybody's favorite, your all-time favorite. And you want to talk to people out there in the industry who's already selling and ask them, do you use Facebook or Twitter? Which one's more effective? All right, thank you for telling me Facebook. I'm only going to use Facebook. Make sense? And then you change the strategy as needed. So basically, when I called the guy and he gave me his advice, yes, it worked, but I'm not in the same market. I'm not in the same area. I don't have the same likes or dislikes. You're going to have to change up your strategy some bit. But you want to get the core base from somebody else that already like that. Make sense? So, taste, plate, and serve. Basically, this is what most people start off with. You know how everybody's like, I'm going to do marketing, so I'm making a logo. Right? That comes last. Like, that's right here. Taste. Basically, once you get that strategy, you market to a small focus group and you change your strategy accordingly. So you call up XYZ in the same industry, or even talking to the same people. What should I do? You take what they do and you market to 10 people, not 10,000. Because your target market and theirs may be slightly different. Your product and theirs may be slightly different. So you market to a small group, and then you change accordingly. And then you design for where your target market is. So if they're on Facebook, don't design for YouTube. If they're not on Facebook and they don't like being talked to on Facebook, I see many people creating a Facebook all the time. And I'm like, that's really cool. Is your target market on Facebook? You know, like, oh, no. Everybody has Facebook. I'm like, all right, so if you don't have a Facebook and you get $10 million through Twitter, which one are you gonna use? So like Twitter. I'm like, okay, find out where you get $10 million first. So don't go creating all these social media channels and all these graphics and flyers. You may be able to get paid without any of that. Find out what your market is. If they're outside of the union, you may need flyers, not Instagram. If they're on Pinterest, you may need a completely different photo set than if they're on Instagram, which you need squares. If they're on Vine, you have to direct all your attention to creating videos and all that good stuff. So before you get to designing anything, take somebody else's recipe. Find out where they're at. Okay, they're on Instagram. Now I'm going to begin to design for Instagram, for my client. Don't design for what you like, because if you were your only customer, your company wouldn't get off the ground. Design for where your customer is and what they want, what they like, what they expect. Find out after you take somebody else's strategy, somebody else's recipe. All right? In design, and this is where you market to consumers. Marketing is like the last thing you do. It is one of the last things. It's not the first thing you do. Now there's exceptions. There's many people that throw up an Instagram and they become popular overnight. Dope. I'm happy for them. I cannot disprove their 10 million followers. I can't do that. But this is how I've done it before and how I've learned to do it now. Find somebody else's strategy, tweak it, use it, market. And then you work for tips. So if this was a restaurant for real, after you serve the plate, after you market, would you just be done? Or would you check up on them? So you check up on it. So you look at your newsletter. How many opened am I open? You start measuring things. Or, I don't know what I did. You measure for effectiveness. You measure it on a regular basis. Is my Instagram and my Twitter working? Has anybody used social media for their business and it not worked and you kind of got frustrated? Does it work for you?
It was by accident, actually. Like, one of my customers actually made like the whole Facebook group and everything because I refused to.
Wow.
And it ended up like surprising me, like, I was like, okay.
Smart strategy. Somebody in the same industry talk to him. No, I'm serious. That's why I didn't tell you. That's why I'm not telling anything about Facebook and Twitter, because that's not how it works. If I've never marketed to your target consumer, it doesn't matter how much I know graphic design, newsletters, HTML, it doesn't matter. If I don't know whose target market is, I can't market as effectively as him. So what industry are you in?
I design quadcopters. So
Quadcopter.
quadcopters, like, the drones that you see all over the news. Yeah.
Nice. So what you do is, if you're doing if you're doing that, I'm not saying go take his market share. Be like, yo, how'd you get off the ground? I need some advice. He'll tell straight up, yo, for real, man, create Facebook. Like, it actually works. And you may have been creating an Instagram. Does that make sense? Learning from others will save you time, especially when you're marketing, because you've never done it before. If I've never marketed to consumers, I'm not going to make it up. I'm going to go ask him. If I'm working for a client that sells drones, I'm going to call him up and be like, what works? So you measure the effectiveness, and then you change your strategy to become more effective. So you monitor the Facebook. You see how many likes, tweets. You see how many opens your newsletter gets, and then you change it. If you know something on Sunday is better, and you send it on Monday, send it on Sunday now. Simple as that. When you start doing all this, when you take his recipe, you use it, you tweak it over and over and over again, that's when you have a signature dish. That's when you have something that people come to you for. That happens after you learn from somebody else. It doesn't happen in the very beginning. So don't go make your marketing strategy up. Make a list of 10 people in your industry that you can go learn from. It doesn't have to be selling the same product. It could be talking to the same consumer. So I know can I talk about your idea? So your idea is for transfer students, right? I'm helping them acclimate to universities. So if you can't find another service like yours, just find another company that markets transfer students or students in general and see how they don't have to be doing the same exact thing. If they know how to talk to your consumers, how do you talk to my consumers? Does that make sense? And that is marketing. That's how you do marketing. It's a process. but you learn first from somebody else. You take what they learn, put it into practice, and you tweak it over and over again. People that make it seem like it's harder, it's not. It's not as hard as you think it is, but it requires you going to learn first, repeat, and then implement. Any questions? Does anybody want to work on strategies for their business? You raised his hand first, so come up. And so I'll show you basically how you should work through your idea or your product. So break it down to me.
Okay. Well, my business is a snap photography business.
Okay, stop right there. We're gonna go to the very beginning. All right, so the first thing you told me your identity. Snap photography business. Who's your target market?
UCS students.
All right, what's your value?
Affordable photography in less time. So basically like 15-minute snap photo shoots for $30.
Okay, so who would want what is it again? Snap photography? 30 minutes?
$30.
15 minutes. Who would want snap photography, 15 minutes, like a photo shoot? Who would want that? For your social media? Why?
Because I think it looks better when you have professional picture. Like LinkedIn.
Okay, what about you?
I take a LinkedIn photo, when I was in a suit,
Why?
just because I need like all my competitors and everything have like a formal photo, and so that's something I have to use it for.
So right there, we discovered that people are not really doing it. He wants to be competitive. That's why he wanted it. She wanted professional. They're not really. If they could be competitive and professional and compete against all of them without photos, would you be like, I'll do that too?
I guess.
Maybe wrong. But if you can be competitive, if you can get your value some other way, then do it. So the thing is, you're not selling snap photography. You're marketing. I'm going to make sure you're competitive through LinkedIn, branding, professionalism. Does that make sense? So now it changes up the way he types and the way he emails and what he puts on his flyers. What are your goals?
To make right now a third of the campus to have a better social media brand and get them better pictures rather than selfies.
All right, so a third of campus is how much?
20,000.
20,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're building a marketing strategy for 20,000. We're building a marketing strategy for like all the people in here, they're there. And that's how we start to work. That's how you work through your own marketing plan. And then, okay, watch this. Who in here, who at UCF, a third of the campus? Or more?
UCF emails.
UCF emails, who else?
Maybe the SGA.
SGA, who else? First, what? Rosen. Athletics. Okay. The union.
Oh yeah, definitely likes football games.
Okay, now do you see all these people we can go steal marketing strategies from? Okay, SJ, what do you use? Cap, what do you use? What do you get the most engagement on? Cap may say, man, in our reality, our Facebook page has a lot of likes, but it doesn't work. We use this, and this. I'm gonna use that too. Thank you. Oh, by the way, can I promote through you? I don't know if they say yes, but you see how you just found 10 different strategies you can go learn from. How are you gonna do it before you do this?
Facebook, and then also whenever I take pictures of people, like they have to add me on Facebook, and then I'll tag them, and then all their friends see it. And then football games, they take pictures, they have to add me.
I like it. No, so what I'm saying is nothing wrong with creating a signature dish, but it's always fun to learn from other people quickly. It's like awkward. Hi, how are you? You can come in, sure. So that's the one way you would start doing it. Like, who else reaches a portion of my target audience? Okay, what do they do and how can I copy it? Okay. How could you test this? How could you test their strategy and yours?
Well, I mean, I can see how it's working for them, and I can just try it and, do it. Just try.
There you go. And literally that's marketing. Simple as that. That is marketing. And then if you don't get the same results as them, look at it on a scale. So they have 70,000 followers. It may be different than you have 50 followers. Makes sense? So that right there is marketing 101. Like that's it. And then once you learn more about your target audience, and more effective. So that's that. Thank you very much. Give him a hand. You want to go? All right. Okay, your identity. What do you do? What do you sell?
So what I do is create have a website for transfer students and other things deadlines, other applications and tips on how to transition.
Nice. Okay, good. What value is that?
The value is that if they use my services, then it is less likely for them to be placed on academic probation after their first semester.
Oh, snap. So what's a better sales pitch? A website with your deadlines, or I'll make sure you don't go on academic probation?
I'll make sure you get academic probation.
And there you go. Now you have a value in money, and that's one of the most important things to get. All right. What's your goal?
In numbers?
Yeah, like how many people do you want to eat? Your marketing strategy doesn't always have to be customers and clients.
3,000.
3,000 users?
Like 3,000 active
Nice.
users.
Is that at UCF?
Yes.
From what school?
For now, Broward College, Central State, and Valencia.
Right then and there, we now know we have to find somewhere that markets to Broward State, Valencia, and Seminole. So who is marketing to those people right now? Or who reaches those people?
Florida Department of Education, I guess.
Nice. Who else?
That's it. There's not really a huge market.
Okay. Does it always have to be education? Who's also reaching out?
Oh, there's this one club called 5A Linda,
Okay.
and they're about business, but a lot of their students will transfer into here.
Okay.
And there's this other organization called Florida African American Student Association, and their students also, a lot of their students come here, like 95% of their students graduating comes from UC.
Oh snap! So what would you say?
I think there was some general Florida student association. You look into it. I think there's
All students need books.
Right. Do you see how now she's building a way to contact her customers rather than how am I going to reach them? How are they already being reached? Piggyback on that. So yeah.
Oh.
You just built the marketing strategy. You just have to go do it. What's up, man? All right. And does anybody have any questions about their business or like what happens when you really have to do it? How long is it going to do for that?
Like, I don't have a business, but I'm like on the marketing team for a club at this school.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to learn about that. Really, like, I would know how to go about it.
So either you can look at people at the school and what other clubs are successful on campus, and then what do you guys do?
Yeah.
Simple as that. It shouldn't be harder than that. It really shouldn't be. If there's something special about them, then contact another campus and find a franchise model. That's what a franchise model is. I do something that works, I tell somebody else, and that's me on every single corner. So you're just basically franchising their idea to your group. So yeah, that's what I would suggest doing. I wouldn't say run out and do this like Facebook, Instagram. I don't know which one to get your target audience. I don't know it. But what works for them, and then see if they can emulate it if it fits. Change up a little bit, go for it.
I have a question.
Yes.
On social media, I like a lot of people focus on likes, but is it really the likes, the numbers of likes, or like the engagement, or what adds more value? Is it one of those, well, since everyone else is following, I'll follow suit, that those customers are one, as far as Facebook?
Follow Facebook. Are you saying, so what, give me the context.
Like, so, should I spend money promoting my companies to get more likes? Does that even matter? Like, if I have
Okay.
10,000 likes, like, does that matter?
So Facebook has done, they changed their like way they operate. So if you market, and Phil can correct me on this, if you market like less than 1% of your fans see it, yeah, because they want you to start paying for it. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with Facebook, especially when things get shared over and over again. I can't give you a definite answer on that one. Just, I do know all marketers try to get people off of social media onto their own list. Yeah. So they can control it. So they want to get people off Twitter, off Facebook, off Instagram, to their own email, so their own website. They can't control it. If they can't, if they stay on Facebook, they don't control their audience, and they may never see them again. So there's nothing wrong with creating them. There's nothing, engagement is good, likes are good. You're not start paying for it. Unless you're like really good at it. All right.
So the product I'm trying to sell is a hair straightener foam.
Okay. I want everybody. All right. So hair straightening comb.
Yeah.
Who are you selling to?
I was thinking maybe primarily like college students, busy professionals, people that typically don't have a lot of time, so that way, they can just grab the phone, use it to straighten their hair, set it together, flat out, all that.
Is it a specific type of hair?
So far I'm thinking primarily the African American people, but I'm still in the research and development phase, so there might be some things about it we can tweak to make it more general.
Okay. So the more specific you get on your target market, the more specific more effective and specific your strategy is going to be. So like when you first did not say African American, we were thinking everything. And we were like IFC and Pan-Atlantic. That will not be the African American. Those are the attorneys and sporties. That if you go to NPHC, you'll reach more. That's the like shortly black fraternities. So you build your marketing strategy according to your target, but you have to be very specific on your target. The more specific you are, the more you can target them. Give me your values. What value is it to them?
Quick and easy styling.
Nice marketing right there. That's marketing. Take my job. All right. And how many people do you want to use it? Like what's your goal for customers like yourself?
I'm hoping within the first month, 2007.
So what? Now you have to build a market strategy for 2006. So if somebody uses Facebook and you call them up and like, how many sales do you get a month? And they're like 200. Facebook may not be your outlet. Does that make sense? You want to find a strategy that matches your goals. So even though it's working for them, if your goal was 3,000 sales and it's not getting there, you can still use their goal. You might as well use it. Get to them, don't say no. But you still want to find something that can get you to your goals. So yeah, that's about it.
Anybody have suggestions on other hair care product companies I should research there? This comes up when you
Wait, what exactly is it?
It's a hair straightener.
It's a comb that
Straightening
has
hair.
that straight hair.
Are you building it yourself? Or
Yes and no. I designed it myself.
No,
But I had it sent out, for
okay, I thought like,
prototype.
oh, okay. There's a natural hair color.
Well, because some of one thing I did in market research, and one thing I noticed was some people that are more staunchly natural may not want to alter their hair at all.
They're
But it's some people would you go to see.
huh? It's called the natural hair. Natural hair.
So there you go. All right. Thank you very much. So we're good for now. On to the presentation. Anybody have any questions?
What was your idea that you coached?
See if I still have the spiel. Limited edition apparel company. They give a portion of the proceeds to nonprofits on a weekly basis. We call it quarter wear because we give 25% of revenue directly to the nonprofits. So that was the idea. And I contacted 70.org, who sells limited edition t-shirts that donate $7 per t-shirt sold. And I was like, how do you guys do it? I want to be just like you. And he gave me the business model. Wow. Like in an hour. He gave me the business model in an hour, and he didn't even care. He gave me his target audience. He said I need to target females. He gave me their age group. He gave me everything. And he said it was supposed to be $400. I was like, man, I'm college students, I dropped to $150. He said, sure, I don't care. You're a CEO of a company. So I'm gonna ask you. So he gave it all to me, and it all worked, and everything was like right. I stopped it because even though it was right, I was not capable enough to run it. Just like he gave me all that, I literally could have launched it the next day. I was like, I can't do it, I'll burn out publicly. So yeah, you just call somebody and ask them. Find a mentor. That will dramatically shorten your learning curve, dramatically. You won't have all the frustrations about sales if you have one person that's been there and done that to teach you. So find somebody in your industry, just be an advisor. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, Phil.
Do you have any tips for marketing the value proposition when there are like multiple value propositions and like maybe you need to even cut some off because they're not core to the mission?
All right, so you know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a relationship metaphor. All right, so, okay, guys, right? You see a cute girl from far away, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. I don't know if guys do this with their men, right? We have a lot of value propositions. Educated, fancy, money, all these good things, right? Sure. But you know that she's probably only interested in when she may only be interested in whether you like long walks on the beach. So what are you going to market to her? Are you going to market the fact that you have money, the fact that you're educated, or the fact that you have long walks on the beach? Okay, right? Right, with roses. Now he's just lying. Now he's just purely lying. People like you are dangerous. So what you do is you list your value proposition and you say, and remember, value proposition attached to a certain target audience, but it's still attached to a goal. So what's your goal and what's their number one value that they want to? And just use that one. So those may be all those good things may be wonderful about you. That may be wonderful. But if you don't use the one they're actually interested in, then the other four don't matter. So use the one value proposition or the two or the three which are most important to your target market. So she's like, do you guys like long walks? So you look at our flyers out there, it says free startup coaching and free startup resources, right? That's what the big flyer says out there. The reason it says that is because I assume, I'm still learning my marketing strategy, the number one value prop is startup coaching, startup resources, and maybe startup events, right? We have a lot of other things on that flyer, but the big thing we market is free startup coaching. So you don't have a lot of other value, but there's always going to be one thing you want to talk about. You don't want to have like 12 different topics every single time you market. That's just confusing. What else?
Let's say my business grows and I am reaching the 20,000 and I want to take it to other colleges. I want to take it off campus. How do you suggest that I scale the marketing effectively?
Same exact process. Through scale effectively. No, and same exact process. So it worked here, right? Okay, who started off small and went big? Hey, how'd you scale? It wasn't probably pretty.
Does that have to be someone specific? 'Cause I haven't heard of like a business like mine.
It doesn't have to be somebody specific. It doesn't have to be somebody that's doing the exact same thing. So
What's a good one? Like that is like correlated to mine.
Started at one call and it blew up to worldwide.
okay, so what is your service? Photography service. So look for photography services that may have scaled. Or
There's usually only individuals or like portrait studios. I found like
theme parks. All of them, when you go there, they have people, photographer all around. You know what I'm talking about? You go to Disney, there's photographers catching your moment, and you peel a wristband and get at home. They do that at every single Disney place. It's kind of your model. It's a Disney, but at multiple Disneys. That's not like. Does that make sense? They don't have to be doing the exact same thing. You're like, I would say cross that bridge when you get there. That's a completely different. I've never been able to do this, so I can't tell you that. I've never had to do that. Cross that bridge when you get there, and by that time you should have advisors that connect with somebody that shows you how to scale. But what you want to do is you want to go learn from somebody who scales before. Don't come to me for how to scale. Don't do that. I show you how to be effective in certain arenas, but I'm going to tell you that you scale from the top of them. Yes.
This may be juvenile, but when you were speaking to the CEO of the other company, which was similar to yours, weren't you scared that they would steal your idea?
That's like saying I'm not going to take my girlfriend on a date because she's really cute. I think my friends are going to steal her from me. And the reason being is when a CEO, if a CEO does that, he has a lot of time on his hands. He's running an entire company. He's going to stop running that. So who's here is trying to launch their company? Who's here is trying to launch their company? Is it easy or is it hard work? Hard. It's always hard work. It's never easy, no matter what anybody says. Starting something new is always hard. I don't care if you have $4 million. You haven't done it before, you haven't done it before. So they have to take all their time, attention, and resources to focus on your idea, which they don't know whether it's going to be a success yet. And so it's almost just like, anyway, I took his idea. So, but you shouldn't be afraid. I mean, if there's a secret sauce to your recipe, that's super, super secret, that makes the entire thing fit and work, and it's like proprietary, don't share that. Like, if that's something that's super secret, that makes your drones fly better than anybody else's drones, don't ever tell anybody that. Keep that to that. Coke's never gonna give their recipe out. Like, not gonna do that. But asking them how to use Facebook and market, I wouldn't be afraid of people stealing your idea because of Walgreens and the CVS. Right, and Publix, from my understanding, they let people try new technology in the grocery stores first before they adopt. So their thing is, we don't take new ideas first. We let other people take new ideas, make sure it doesn't screw anything up, and then we adopt them later. So not everybody's, if you do meet somebody and get like a creepy vibe from them, yeah, run away, creepy vibe. Stranger danger, you know? But if there's no stranger danger and you're just in fear, don't let fear like make decisions for you. Because that CEO may literally try to enter you.
Separate this niche market. When you're talking to.
I mean, it's all up to you. It's all up to you. I know that your idea will change 20,000 times from now and 3 months from now. So the idea that you're telling him now is not going to be the idea. If he steals that idea, you're going to be changing it 20,000 times anyway. So I wouldn't be too worried. There's nothing new under the sun. So your idea is probably been thought of before, just executed poorly. So my idea has been thought of before, because it's not about the idea, it's about the execution. The idea is very important. But we all have ideas. How do you make it? Like first, it's hard. So I wouldn't be too worried.
Things like stock companies in technology, there's this famous saying, fake it till you make it.
Okay.
For example, LinkedIn we helped them create fake accounts. Reddit did it, eBay did it.
Nice.
What's your view on that industry setup? Why?
It must have worked for them, so great for them. I wouldn't do it. That's just me personally. I mean, I've never launched a $1 billion company. And so, like, once again, find somebody who's done it before. Like, so you're asking me this question, I've never done a $1 billion company, so my opinion is worth nothing on that subject. But I wouldn't do that personally. I don't ever go farther than, my integrity will take me. Because, like somebody asked me, do you really have 10 million users? All right, my bad. You don't have money you're gonna invest in me? Take it back. Like, I can't do that. Because I know, because I faked it and I did not make it. So I'm not good at faking it until you make it. I'm good at faking it and failing. And then having to say, this is going to be on this night. So that's me. I don't fake till I make it.
You know how Tom's, doesn't Tom's donate money to their
They do a 1-for-1 model. So basically you buy a pair, they give a pair. They were just, I called them a couple Tom's, Parker, Charity Water. Tom's wasn't my model though, so I couldn't really concentrate on that because I had a different model. I had to give 25% of revenue away. Yeah, that's a lot of money. You got like overhead. So I had to contact Seven to learn how.
Why did you go the nonprofit route instead of for-profit?
It was a for-profit. We would donate to nonprofits. It's kind of like social enterprise. But it was fun. Well, it was fun in the beginning.
Would you ever go back to it?
Never.
Pursue it? No?
Never.
You just left it up?
I left it up. I gave back 55.
You gave back 55.
Yeah, they gave me 55 business services and I gave it back. My bad. No, are you guys wondering why?
Yeah.
When you're in your, fake it till you make it, right? So you'll fake your account with 10 million users, and then Microsoft will call you and give you a contract, right? The only way you would be able to truly be able to manage that contract is if you actually had 10 million users. Because you faked it till you make it, you got that contract signed, and now you're unable to manage it. Now you're overwhelmed, right? So I didn't lie or anything bad for my business, but I continuously, I was sprinting with my business. I'm talking about I landed major go-to-market partners on just brand and charisma. And I'm really good at business modeling. I'm really good at that. I was top my game on those things, so I had to. So I did all that, and I got all this, I got quote-unquote success with a partner, and I was winning competitions, making phone calls. Can't talk to you right now. I'm in a meeting. Call you right back. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I was doing all that. I was feeling really special. But at the end of the day, I'm not sleeping. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running a business. And so I got to the point where I realized I was running too fast. My muscles, my business acumen had not developed yet. And so I have a theory. I have a belief that you don't bite off more than you can chew, even if it's tasty, and you don't pick up more than you can carry. So if somebody walked up to me and like, yo, Falade, I want you to run this Fortune 500 company, I'd be like, nah, bruh. I'll pay you $3 million. That's dope, bruh. I'm gonna ruin every single person's job. I'm not gonna know what to do in that position. So I'm not gonna take it. So with the business, I've had it. I realized it was amazing. I realized that I could have launched the next day, but I looked at all the things that are required for me to launch, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna be mature and say, I need to go learn some more. I need to get a career and actually have a skill set. So yeah.
Anybody launch your business? Like anybody that you work with? Or?
No, I was doing it by myself too. I was landing all the partners by myself. All that.
So just kind of
yeah.
When you dropped it.
Huh?
So when you dropped
it. Oh,
it.
when I dropped it, I mean, people were even telling me. I was telling them, if you got if I told them if my business ever got in the way of personal life, family, school, church, I would end it with a smile. and so I ended it quick. Because it was getting in the way of all those things. Like, you know, you can maintain things when you're juggling it and you're not dropping it. So I realized I was juggling portions of my business, and then my portions of my life were dropping. Friends, work, church. And I was like, obviously I have to make calls.
So did you get hired by it?
No. I had to start up. I was gonna hire. I was about to hire a graphic designer.
So you just want to go on and get a job and kind of after that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, okay, so I brought in 68K for my business, I've worked bringing like $500,000 for this organization. I worked to the public relations coordinator. I was the PR coordinator for SGA. They have $19 million funding that they manage. Every single thing that I learned from others makes me more effective. And the reason why I was doing something that other people couldn't do because I learned it from somebody else. So definitely, I love mentors. Like Pam mentors me right now. She teaches me business modeling, and the reason why I'm really good at business modeling is I learned from Pam. So if I don't have a mentor, if you don't have somebody to learn your strategy from, how do you get better? So I rather, you know, and plus you get hired too soon you get paid. Yeah, 4 years ago you get paid. That's just the game. Quickest way to make money. Good job. So that's it. So thank you guys for coming out. Thank you. No problem. If you guys want, no problem. If you guys want free startup coaching from experienced entrepreneurs like me, Pam, Shakira, you can see Shakira in the back and she will sign you up for a coaching appointment. If you would like to sign up for the newsletter, you can see me afterwards and I'll sign you up. But we have a tradition after every single event, you take a picture with the speaker. So I guess that's me. And let's take an Instagram picture. All right, I'll play some hipster music.
You guys get to the front of the room. Surround yourself. Run Falade.
There we go. Can you get the people hang out? Enjoy it.